I just want to show everybody what we're up against and why this presidential race turned out to be an uphill climb.
Their records,
right.
And, we're not going to talk about the past, we're going to talk about the future, except let's talk about what happened 20 years ago.
Right.
When you voted for this, you voted for that, you can see Biden sitting there thinking, what did I vote? Did I vote for that? Nobody, it's fine, it's done. They're not running for the Senate anymore.
Yeah.
They're running for the presidency.
What's interesting about running for the Senate?
Nobody cares. It's fine. Don't look at the record. Don't look at the record. You see why this has been an uphill climb the entire time? The race is not Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden. The race is Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden versus Mayor Pete versus Amy Klobuchar versus Barack Obama versus CNN versus MSNBC versus every single corporate establishment Democratic hack in the country who've been doing everything, that they can behind the scenes to bias it against Bernie. That's why this race is so hard. That's why it's so hard. What are you supposed to do with a media that actively misinforms people? I mean, what was just said there is indefensible. So the position of the media in this country, as opposed to, I'm going to fact check and show you their records and tell you who's telling the truth, the position of the media, the number one name in news, CNN, a commentator who's always on there, it's like, who cares? Who cares about their record? Who cares? That the best indication of what somebody will do in the future is what they've done in the past. The fact that Joe Biden supported the Iraq war, for example, makes it very likely he'll probably start a war with Iran or Syria because he believes in intervention. It's one of his actual beliefs. So we were wrong with every intervention that we've done in modern history, and he's likely to continue that. The trade deals, NAFTA, permanent normal trade relations with China, that obliterated the working class in America. Biden also pushed TPP. He's likely to make the same mistakes, except they're not mistakes to him because he's representing the owner class, but he's likely to do those same things which are going to hurt working class people. I care. Who cares? I do. Anybody who is an actual human being, who's a working class person, who is impacted by these policies, they care. They care. The fact that Joe Biden's not going to push for a $15 minimum wage. In 2015, he said a $12 minimum wage. I haven't heard him say anything about it recently. He's not going to push for those things. Somebody working full-time, not making enough money to survive, they care. So it's just, this is how low they go, guys, to disagree with Bernie and to go at Biden. Oh, Bernie's bringing up totally accurate criticisms of Biden's record? Who cares? Drop it. He pushed for Social Security cuts repeatedly. You know what that means? As president, he would try to do a grand bargain where he gets Republicans in the room and they agree, hey, let's cut Social Security. Let's reform it to save it, as they say, which really just means we're going to cut it. We're going to either raise the retirement age or change the cost of living increases to reduce it. So yes, so just so you know, I don't know if you're keeping score here, but here are the rules. Bernie Sanders is not allowed to go at Joe Biden on anything involving his cognitive decline. Can't touch that. Can't go after him on electability because they laugh Bernie out of the room and they say, no, Biden's the more electable one. You're not, even though Bernie definitely is. Can't go after him on that. And also now can't go after him on policy. So this is a presidential primary. This is a Democratic primary. What's he supposed to go after him on? You can't go after him on cognitive decline. You can't go after him on style. You can't go after him on electability. You can't go after him on things he said in the past. And now you're saying you can't even go after his policy record? No, do you understand that is literally the dumbest thing anybody's ever said ever? It's unconscionable. Guys, they will stop at nothing to protect the beloved corporate establishment and to go after the left and the people who believe in social democracy and want to fix this country and want to help working people. The media is your enemy. Corporate media is your enemy. You could have a bunch of smear merchants out there that lie until the cows come home and say, that means you're equal to Trump or whatever. Nonsense. We want an objective, fair media that tells the truth. And the fact that they've gotten to the point where they say you can't even differentiate with policy is unforgivable. Because your job on CNN should be, hey, let's go through it. Biden said he supported a $15 minimum wage. Wrong. He said he supported a $12 minimum wage. Biden said he didn't write the bankruptcy bill. Wrong. He helped write the bankruptcy bill. You should be going through their record. Bernie's right. By the way, he said, things in the past, even 5 years ago. Biden changed his position on the Hyde Amendment in 2019. He just did it. The Hyde Amendment says no federal funding for abortion. So for the longest time, he said, right, no federal funding for abortion. Now we just changed it. So all these things are relevant. All these things matter. They have nothing but contempt for you if you're a Bernie Sanders supporter and you're a lefty. And you know what? I have nothing but contempt for them. And I'm going to make that known. They're going to know just how much I hate them. And this is how far the media has fallen. Their job is to fact check and go through the records. And their point to protect Biden and go after Bernie is, who cares about the policy records? Noted. Nobody should watch CNN. The fact that my little YouTube show is better than them is pathetic.